family. And as we know, we all are going through very challenging times these days. And parents working from home, children studying at home, and teachers taking online sessions. I'm sure the children really must be missing the school a lot. Let me tell you, children, we are also missing you, and we really want all the children to come to the school premises and attend a regular school. However, keeping this current situation in mind, that is not possible in near future. But we are hoping that we all can come out from this situation as soon as we can, and we all lead to a very normal life as we were living earlier. As we know that most of the parents, those who have taken admission in this year 2021, are very new to DPS Monarch. We never got an opportunity to call them to school, have a proper parent orientation program, have a proper student orientation program, and we never got a chance to invite you students to visit the school and see how actually your school looks like. And that's why we had planned to take you through a kind of orientation, or you can say an information session, where you will see how actually DPS Monarch functions, what exactly we do at school, and your new school where you have taken the admission. When you come back and join, what would you be doing in this school? And especially during these days when you are attending online sessions, I'm sure your parents are supporting you, they are also guiding you a lot. We want really you to understand how does the school function, what are the ethos, and what we believe in. Actually, what is the mission and vision of the Monarch, DPS Monarch International School? We really want all the parents and students to understand. So that's why I would like to take this opportunity to take you through a presentation where I will be discussing about a lot of things, which includes the mission and vision of the school, what is our aim. I would be introducing the academic leadership team. And apart from that, there are a lot of concerns and queries from the parents, so I would be answering those queries. There would be some messages from headmistress for the students and the parents. So let's start, parents. Okay, first of all, I would like to introduce our DPS Families Visionary Leadership team to all the parents. We have Ms. Aisha Mohammed, she is our school patron, Mr. Hassan Chogle, our school president, Mr. Yasir Naina, our school vice president, along with 5 directors, Mr. George Thomas, Mr. Harish Kanjani, Mr. Rocky Fernandez, Mr. Sridharan, Mr. Gopi Vardhan, and myself, Neenal Bakshi. Now, I would like our academic leadership team to introduce themselves to all the parents and students.
I'm Jyoti Gupta, the headmistress of Kindergarten and Primary Wing of DPS Monarch International School. Parents, I have been in the education sector for almost 2 decades now. I started my career as a teacher of English language and then moved on to be an academic leader of an international school in New Delhi, India. I've also been associated with various global collaborative projects which were aligned with the 21st century skills and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Parents, in this entire lockdown scenario, each one of us has gone beyond our comfort zone. Each one of us has explored something unexplored. And all this has made us realize that in today's fast-paced world, the purpose of education is just not limited to mere attainment of knowledge. The real purpose of education is to prepare our children to succeed in the modern world, to make meaningful combinations to society and be the agents of change for a better future. We wish to see our children as creative problem solvers, to be leaders of new thinking, and all within a sound moral framework. At Kindergarten and Primary Wing, it is our unwavering goal to prepare our students for their future as capable global citizens and be a part of this brave new world, where we want them to learn caring and sharing as much as anything else. We also endeavor to teach our children to understand not only the world around them, but the world within them. We have a dedicated team of teachers who follow a timetable, create creative lessons, and all this to deliver a digital curriculum that is offered at DPS Monarch International School. Our students learn subjects in the primary and kindergarten, subjects like English, EVS, mathematics, art, dance, music, and physical education. In the primary wing, they are also introduced to the large plethora of languages as second language and third language. Second language is offered from grade 1 to 5, and the options are Hindi, French, Arabic, Tamil, Malayalam. And the third language is offered from grade 3 onwards, and the options that are available for a child is Hindi, French, Arabic, Tamil, Malayalam, Sanskrit and Urdu, and Telugu as well. We are always available to help you, assist you, take feedback from you. We wish to keep exploring new, and we definitely look forward to receiving inputs from our parent fraternity. Please keep writing to me on my official email ID, as well as sharing your feedback to your respective homeroom teachers for all your concerns and doubts, and all these things would be taken care from time to time by the teachers and principal and me as well. While the central characters of all our academic and non-academic endeavor lies around our children, but I completely believe that the narrative would be incomplete without the constant support that we get from you as well as other enablers of the school system. On behalf of the kindergarten and the primary fraternity, I wish this synergy between all the stakeholders keep blooming and keep growing. Thank you.
Hello parents, hope you all are staying safe. I am Guna Suraj, Academic Coordinator of KG1. During this period of lockdown, school is doing its best to support each and every student. Myself and my team of teachers are always available to guide and answer your queries. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the parents for the Earth Day activities. Stay home and stay safe. Thank you all.
Hello everyone, I am Anjali Sharma, Coordinator for Kindergarten 2. I am looking forward to have a memorable and fun-filled year ahead. It is our goal to provide learning to the students, not only through academics but through activities. Because it is well said, all work, no play makes Jack a dull boy. At present, our online e-learning classes are going well and students are being benefited by them by staying safe at home. Promising you all that we will be having more fun-filled sessions throughout the year and will make learning an enjoyable experience for all of them. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, take care.
Greetings parents, I am Sonia Kakkar, Masters in Computer Science, and I am the Grade 1 Academic Coordinator at DPS Monarch International School. I wanted to meet you all in person, but due to current situation we are unable to do so. But that does not mean your queries will be unattended. You can always reach me out for any concern regarding your work on my official email ID, that is soniakakkar@misdoha.com. Thank you, stay home and stay safe.
Hello everyone, I am Maha Khan, the Academic Coordinator for Grade 2 and 3. As we all know, we have been locked down in this pandemic of COVID-19. We have virtual sessions for our students to learn. In this process, if you have any academic related queries, you can contact me. Stay home, stay safe.
Hello everyone, I am Harsha Bhatia, Academic Coordinator for Grade 4 and 5. I have been working with DPS Monarch since August 2019. I have more than 20 years of experience of teaching. Because of COVID-19, as you know, everything is locked down and we are running our online classes. But whether it is virtual class or a real class, Whenever you have any academic issue or you have any query, you feel free to contact me. I am there to help you. Stay home, stay healthy. Thank you.
Dear parents, on behalf of DPS Monarch International School, this is Madhu Uppal, Senior School Headmistress. Welcome you to new academic year 2021. Once again, I congratulate new parents for making the best choice for your child. We at DPS Monarch believe in imparting holistic education to enhance critical thinking and collaborative skills among the children. Yes, it is true that the transition from primary to middle school and middle to senior, it's not easy. Rather, I would say it's more challenging and tough for the parents as well as for the children. But I assure you, with the structured curriculum and experienced and well-trained set of educators, we make it easy as well as smooth learning for all the children. Before moving ahead, I would like to apprise you about the holistic learning process which we follow, where the teachers are the facilitators. They share their content, learning material with the children, and through regular assessments, they observe and identify the learning gaps. The involvement of the parents in the entire learning process is very important. I would conclude with this. The entire learning process can be summarized into two key terms. It's the teacher and the parents. I would request parents to provide their support to children at this challenging time to help them to cope up with this new mode of learning. We hope our children to enrich their learning experience every day. Thank you for your continuous support and cooperation.
So parents and students, this is our academic leadership team consisting of headmistress and academic coordinators at each department. And whenever you have any queries, any concerns, please feel free to get in touch with the coordinators. And if your queries and concerns are not solved, you can always get in touch with the headmistress as well. I'm sure they would be very happy to help you and give you the guidelines and solve your concerns. If I talk about the curriculum, as many of you are aware that we follow Central Board of Secondary Education curriculum. This year we have the classes from kindergarten 1 to grade 9, and we will be having grade 10 to 12 in year 2021-22. Parents, let me just focus on this part, lockdown and learning now. Because what we believe during this challenging times, the new way of learning, which we all are now going ahead with, where a lot of online meetings have been conducted. We are using Google Calendar, Microsoft Calendars, we are sharing screens, and above all, the concept of working from home. I know a lot of parents are working from home, children are studying at home, teachers are giving online classes sitting at their home. And now this new way of learning and teaching is not a new way, actually it has become a very normal way. And now we have accepted that this is the future of the education. And I would like to add here, since last year when we started our school, we have integrated technology into our curriculum, where we were sharing the e-resources with the parents. So this is especially for new parents. Now we have added some more resources. We have subscribed Pearson app, where children can have an access to e-books, they can see and explore a lot of activities. And apart from that, definitely we have delivered the hard copy of the textbooks as well. So during this time, as a school, when we are providing these resources along with the online sessions, what we expect children, what should be they doing at home? So why, what and how of keeping children engaged in learning from home, that becomes the responsibility of the parent. And I'm sure all the parents are supporting their children, they are helping them and guiding them in spite of having their own busy working schedule. So what we expect here now is, all you have to do is to lock down good parenting. Right now, children are not coming to this school, and we really want to have a good partnership with parents, where together as a team we can deliver a best learning environment for our children. And for that I would like to focus on three aspects, whereas emotions, demonstration and organization. We really have to take care of our children's emotion, though they are at very young age, but then still they are exposed to a lot of technology They are exposed to a lot of things which we were actually not exposed at this age when we were the student. We have to understand their exposure is far more than our exposure. So the kind of emotions they have, they want to express their emotion, they want to share a lot of things. So we need to take care of those emotions. We have to talk to them, and we have to understand, though they are very young, but they equally have emotions, and we have to respect that. Demonstration, we have to really demonstrate good habits at home so that children become disciplined. Of course, they are not coming to the school, they do not have the proper daily routine, but still they have a proper schedule where they have to come for online classes, they have to be disciplined, they have to complete their worksheets on time, and they have to revise certain concepts which have been given by the teachers. So in this situation, demonstrating good habits is very important from the parents. Of course, the school has an equal role in it, but then again, children are attending these classes from home, and we really request parents to give a good support to the children so that they can come out with the flying colors. Organization, as an adult, we need to show that how to be organized. Now, without the teacher support, physical teacher supports, I'm sure children would be finding it a little bit difficult to be organized, how to put their worksheets in the folders, how to keep a track of what they are learning, and how to remember all those topics which have been taught. So as a parent and as a school, we need to teach these things, though they are not coming to the school premises, but still we are integrating these things into our online sessions, and the same we request from parents to do. So they taking care of their emotions, demonstrating good habits, and preparing them and giving this a skill of organization is very, very important these days. So I'm sure the parents are doing all these things. We request parents to keep continuing doing these things. Now coming to the e-learning, as we have told, as we have informed, we are implementing e-learning program during this lockdown period when children are not able to come to the school. We have three aspects here which I would like to discuss. The first is weekly e-learning plan. Now this weekly e-learning plan is uploaded on the school portal, and it contains the topics which would be taught to children, the task, assignment and the worksheets which they are supposed to do, and the PowerPoint presentations which teachers are using during their online classes, that is also shared with parents. And we have given an access to e-resources in case children do not have certain books, or maybe there is a delay in delivery, or maybe children those who are in India, they are not in Qatar, for them it would be really helpful. So this e-learning plan comes with all these things. I would request parents to go through these e-learning plans with children and explain them how to go about it. And the same things are done during online sessions. Teachers are also explaining the same to the students. Now, online sessions, there has been a proper schedule which is shared with the parents. We follow a proper timetable, definitely. We have the reduced number of sessions. We cannot offer the same number of periods which we would be offering in a regular school timing, but we really want children to be in touch with each subject teacher, and they should start studying every subject, and that's why we have incorporated each and every subject in the timetable, whereas we have included second language, third language, activities, and in activities also dance, music, art, physical education, all subjects are included. And in case a child is not able to attend the online session due to any reason, the teachers are sending recorded online sessions. Parents can give an access to their children to see these recorded sessions, and children can learn from there. And coming to the school portal, we do have a school portal which is known as MIS Doha. All the important circulars are uploaded on the school portal. E-learning plans are uploaded on the school portals, so parents are requested to check school portal on a regular basis so they are always updated what's happening. Now after e-learning, let me just talk about activities and assessments. Our e-learning plans do not only include the proper the teaching, where teacher is teaching and children are just listening. We have incorporated a lot of activities where children have to do those activities at home, but those activities would be guided by parents. In case your child is in kindergarten or primary, we request parents to guide them and support them to complete those activities. And recently we had an Earth Day activity, and I really would like to thank all the primary and kindergarten parents to support their children to come up with such beautiful posters and the kind of videos they have shared. We really appreciate your efforts, parents. And definitely the parents' observation and feedback is very important for us. If you have any particular feedback about the learning of your child, please do share with us, and if you need any kind of support in that, please feel free to get in touch with us. We do have a school counselor. We can intervene in that and we can take necessary steps at the right time. So your observations can be recorded, can be shared with teachers and with us, and we'll definitely look into that. Coming to periodic progress review. Children have just started attending online classes. We are going to complete 1 month on 5th of May. So once children complete 1 month, we would be coming up with digital assessments for them, where they would be given online quizzes to complete, and the syllabus would be shared with the parents so that they can help children to prepare for those quizzes. And based on those quizzes, and apart from that, we would be giving some kind of project work to all the children across all the grades from grade 1 to grade 9. So based on their project work, their performance in the quiz, we would be preparing a periodic progress review which would be shared with the parents to see how children are learning and where they are doing very well, and which are the areas where there are concerns and they need to really work in those areas. But let me tell you, parents, these are not formal assessments. The idea is not to assess child and grade, because we are not testing the mastery of the topic through these assessments. These assessments will help us to know whether children are getting whatever has been taught to them or not, so that accordingly teachers can modify their plans, and if it's required, teachers can revisit those topics wherever teachers feel children have not performed well. And as a parent, you will also see how child is learning, and students can also have a self-reflection where they can see how much they have learned and what are the areas where they need to revisit that particular topic and study again. So the the total aim of this conducting these quizzes would be diagnostic, or I would say a formative assessment, which will help us to learn better, not to assist children for a grading purpose. Now this was about activities and assessment. As you know, parents, we have sent a parent query form through Office 365 forms to all of you to share your queries and concerns with us if you have any. And we have received a couple of queries from parents from different grades, and I would like to take all the queries and answer those queries. And if any query which you had is not being answered now during this session, you are free. You feel free to send your queries again. We will send one more parent query form to all the parents. You can raise your queries, you can share your concerns with us, and we would love to answer those queries. So the first query which we received from a couple of parents regarding book delivery. Let me tell you, the book delivery is still going on. Every day 150 to 200 book sets are delivered, because we also do have a lot of restrictions from ministry, whereas we cannot use school buses to deliver the books, and we are using individual cars and drivers to deliver the books at your doorstep, and delivering books to 2000 students. It's a very time-taking task, and this is my humble request to all the parents, those who have not received the books, please be a little bit more patient with us. As soon as we are receiving your payment, or whatever mode of payment you prefer, we are trying to deliver the books as soon as we can, but we are also working under certain limitations and restrictions. So if the books are not yet delivered to your doorstep, please wait. Soon we are going to complete this process. And another query related to books delivery. School diary, Qatar history books, moral science, Islamic books. will be given after the reopening of the schools, and the invoice which was sent to the parents does not include the cost of these items. So once the school is reopened, these items will be provided and then parents would be asked to pay for it. And there is a query regarding the wrong delivery of the books. Yes, we agree that some of the parents have received wrong set of books. In some classes they have received wrong subject books, and there was a lot of changes for second language and third language at the last moment, because we did add some more languages in third language. So due to those reasons, the parents have received wrong books. So but you do not have to worry about these things. We would be changing these books very soon. Once we finish with our major delivery of the books, we will definitely look into it and we will deliver the right books to your doorstep. Please do not worry about these things. And coming back to online sessions, like some parents are requesting to increase the number of sessions. I would like to mention one thing here. If we increase the number of sessions, like right now for primary, maths, EVS, English, we are giving 3 sessions per week, and for activities per session, every week per one session. Now that also makes around 19 to 20 sessions per week for children. And keeping this situation in mind where there is no face-to-face teaching is happening, children are not coming to the school premises, they are using online teaching platform to learn, and we have to limit the screen time also. So that's not feasible for a school to give the entire, to follow or to implement a proper regular timetable through online classes. And wherever we feel it's a core subject, we have given more number of sessions according to the grade level, and wherever we feel these subjects are not core, it can be covered once the school is reopened, we have given reduced number of sessions. But I would like to mention, parents, you do not have to worry about completion of the syllabus, because we have been receiving couple of circulars from CBSE, whereas the CBSE officials have recommended all the schools to cut down some part of syllabus, and they have been telling the schools different strategies to cover up the syllabus, what would be the assessment criteria, what would be the promotional criteria, how exams would be conducted. These things would be definitely notified by CBSE, and as per the guidelines of the CBSE, we will make arrangements. So these sessions are organized so that children should not lose touch from studies. As much as possible from our end, we are trying to deliver, but online session doesn't mean it's about only content delivery. The idea is to have a good connect and good rapport with students and children, and apart from that, of course, we have to teach them, and that is also taking place during online session. So my request to parents is, do not burden your child with a lot of content learning at this point of time. Let them enjoy this period, so that after few years, when they talk about this period where they were facing such issues, they should have some beautiful and good memories with them to talk good things about this period. So we have to make this time memorable, enjoyable for them, not to stress them with a lot of teaching and learning. But still, we cannot ignore teaching and learning, and that's why a proper timetable has been placed into the system. We are following it, though sometimes we do have technical glitches and sometimes we are not able to conduct some sessions on time. But time to time we do inform parents about these technological glitches, and we are trying to overcome these glitches on a daily basis, because it's a new way of teaching and learning for everybody. The school has been conducting a lot of workshops for teachers where they have been trained how to use online teaching platforms effectively. So it's a continuous teaching and learning process for all of us. And we are using a Zoom app and the Microsoft Teams platform for online teaching, and some parents had a concern Zoom app is not safe. So let me inform you parents, we are using a educational licensed version of Zoom app, whereas we have got a complete admin control and we are taking care of cyber safety. So you don't have to worry about these things. Still, if we receive any kind of cyber threat, we will definitely switch to some other platform. So school is on it and parents do not have to worry about it. And these online sessions are recorded, and teachers are sharing these recorded online sessions with parents time to time. Another query was related to printing of worksheets. Let me tell you, printing of worksheet is not compulsory, because we do understand many of you will not be having printers at home. That is absolutely fine. You can show the worksheet on a screen and you can ask your children to write the answers in the notebook. And soon the workbook will be used once we make sure that all the children have received the book. Maybe from May 2nd week, we will start using the workbooks where children can write in their workbooks and their parents do not need to take printout of any worksheet. But for a time being, if there is a printer problem at home, children can write in the notebooks. Those who do have a printer facility at home, they can definitely print and give it to their children. Another query related to transport fee. As we have already sent a circular to parents, transport fee can be paid later when you actually avail this transport service from the school. Coming to the queries related to iPads, like iPad delivery is going on, and let me tell you, there is no difference in the configuration of iPads 6th and 7th generation, because we do know that some of the parents have received 6th generation iPad and some of them have received 7th generation iPad. Let me tell you, the configuration is same. Both iPads have 2 GB RAM and 32 GB ROM, and there is no difference except there is a little difference in size, and I am sure the difference in size will not make any difference in the learning of your child. But still, parents, those who have got the 6th generation iPad, we will be giving them some concession and parents would be notified for the same. There was another query related to the instructions and guidelines, how to operate iPads. Parents, the instructions and the guidelines are uploaded on the school portal. The passwords are already shared with the old students, and new students can create their own Apple IDs and can have their own passwords. Another query was related to the pricing of the iPad. The parents are paying 1,500 riyals for iPads, and we know that this pricing is different from market price. But let me tell you, this price does not include only the cost of iPad. It has a lot of things which are included. For that, we will not be charging parents again and again. It's a one-time cost. Basically, this amount includes the cost of iPad definitely, annual maintenance, and if we upgrade any software in the iPads, the cost of that, the cost of charging stations which would be provided to children in school, and we would be providing iPad case. So all these things are included in this pricing, and this is one-time payment. The queries related to revision, syllabus and assessment. Some parents had a query that whatever children are learning now, whether those topics would be revised once the school would reopen or not. Definitely, all the topics taught through online sessions will be revised once the school will reopen. Teachers would be revisiting these topics, and we understand online classes cannot replace real classroom learning. So we are going to definitely revise all these topics, so parents don't have to worry about it, and children can definitely learn at their own pace at home. And let me tell you, CBSE will come up with a standard policy to cover the syllabus for 2021. We have been receiving a lot of communication from CBSE where they have suggested schools to cut down some portion of syllabus, and they have changed the assessment criteria, and with the changed assessment criteria, the student promotion criteria is also changed. Parents don't have to worry about these things, because right now our aim is not to look into assessment and the promotion. The idea is children should learn, and they should, whatever they learn, that learning should take place in a proper manner, because this is the time which they will remember throughout their life. We should try to create good memories for them, so that later in future when they talk about this situation, they can share some good memories. They can say that we had a fun learning time. So this is my appeal to all the parents, not to pressurize children for assessment and for anything. Like, children have to study very hard, they have to understand each and everything at the same time. It's not necessary. Let children learn at their own pace. School is there to take care of these things whenever we reopen. And information about assessment and progress report would be given to parents soon. We are coming up with some kind of assessment. As I told you, we would be incorporating some online quizzes. There would be some kind of project work. So the guidelines, the assessment rubrics would be shared with the parents. And these assessments would serve as a diagnostic and a formative assessment. It won't be used for a grading purpose. There were some other concerns raised by a couple of parents regarding cyber safety. Cyber safety is our priority too, and that's why we have given certain safety instructions to the students and the parents, and my request to students and parents to follow those instructions. And whenever teachers share meeting IDs and passwords, please do not share with anyone. Do not save your passwords on the browsers, and parents are requested to supervise their children during online classes, especially kindergarten and primary. These children are still very young. They cannot properly handle everything on their own. So parental guidance and support is very much essential. Keep browser and operating system and antivirus up to date in your devices so that you should not get any kind of cyber threat. And apart from that, we would like to emphasize on certain online etiquettes, and there is a code of conduct which to be followed by parents and students. Though these are not real classroom settings, but still there is an interaction happening between children and teachers. So what I have observed after watching a couple of recordings, students are not sitting in a proper manner. They are sitting in their bedrooms, sitting on the beds. They are not dressed up properly, their hair are not combed. Sometimes parents are feeding their children in between. Please parents, stop doing these things. Children have to be seated properly during online sessions. Parents are not allowed to feed children during the class time. We have already shared the schedule with you. Children can have their breakfast and then come for online sessions. And parents are requested to supervise their children not to have any conversation with the teachers during the class time. If parents have any concern, they can share with the teachers after the class time. It's my request, please do not disturb the teacher when they are taking the class, because this 40 minutes or 1 hour is very precious. It should be used for child and teacher interaction. It should not be used for parent and teacher interaction. If you have any queries, you can always get in touch with the class teacher or a particular subject teacher to raise your queries and concerns. Another thing which I would like to talk about here is WhatsApp group policy. As we have already mentioned, WhatsApp is not an official means of communication. We do not prefer to communicate through WhatsApp because there are a lot of security issues. Though it's an encrypted software, but still as a school we did not opt WhatsApp as an official means of communication. We do have a school portal, we do share information through emails. So WhatsApp group is not to be created by any parent, and please do not add any teacher in that group. And teachers will also not create any kind of WhatsApp group with parents. Only broadcast groups are created so that urgent and important information can be sent to you quickly. Parents are requested to check school portal for circulars and e-learning plans. Concern and queries can be communicated through emails, and if it's something urgent, you can definitely give a call to the class teacher. But that's my humble request from to the parents, not to create any WhatsApp group, because for teachers it's not possible to check your message 24/7 and respond to them. They are also at home taking classes from home, and they also have some other responsibilities too. But still we prefer to reply to your queries as soon as we can. So we prefer the best communication from parent is through email or through school portal. But I am not restricting parents to do to the school portal and emails. You can always give a call also to the teachers. So parents, I am sure all your queries are answered. But if you feel your query is not answered, or if you have any other concern in mind, please feel free to contact us. Soon we will be sharing another parent query form with you. You can fill it in and send it to us. Our coordinators, headmistress and myself would be connecting with you through different platforms. And if you have any urgent message or any urgent concern, you can always contact your child's class teacher and share your concern. All the concerns shared with class teachers are always reported to us, and we always take action accordingly. Now, as I had mentioned, most of the new children, they could not visit the school, or maybe they had just come to school at the time of their entrance test. They do not have much idea what happens at the school. Right now we couldn't start this academic year in the school premises, but I still want to show you the glimpses from the last year, what exactly we did in the school, so that you can get an idea when you come to school what you will be doing. So this is a short video which I would like to share with all of you. I think old parents must have seen, and some of the parents during our parent open day, they must have seen this video, but still those who have not seen, it's for them.
Welcome to DPS Monarch International School.
Welcome to Monarch International School, which is open to all the communities in Qatar, including Qataris. And when we started the school, we have gone ahead for the requirement of the 22nd century with the digital curriculum. This is coinciding with the Qatar's aspiration to be one of the best country in future with lot of technologies. So we are going to be part of it.
A school which provides education with a difference. It is an international school with an Indian heritage for children from around the world aged 3 to 18.
Parents and well-wishers, welcome to DPS Monarch International School. We have done the best for our children, and you know our legacy of having done the best at DPS Modern Indian School. So we welcome you to this new school, and I am sure you will support us in making this school as well a grand success.
DPS Monarch is a second campus of DPS Modern Indian School, a well-established school in Doha, and has a long successful record of serving the expatriate community.
Our curriculum is based on Central Board of Secondary Education India. However, it reflects the need of multicultural environment and the integration of technology into the curriculum. We offer digital curriculum, whereas we have integrated e-books for maths, EVS and other important subjects. And we have created a platform which is known as MIS Portal for parents to have a better communication with teachers, and teachers can also communicate homework, project works and whatever is the performance of the child in a very easy manner. So the idea of integration of technology is to make parents' life easy and to enhance the teaching and learning process in the school.
I'm very happy with the teachers, and I recommend you parents also to give admission in the school. You will be also very satisfied with the school. The school is very nice.
Here at DPS Monarch, we do online assessments, which help students to develop their learning abilities, can make judgment about their own performance, and work upon their weak areas. It provides a direct and immediate feedback for students, improving student performance, reducing their time and efforts, and encourages high-order thinking. It also helps parents to access their child's results anytime, anywhere, and repetitively.
At the end, I would just like to say, please remember that schools are not closed. Schools, buildings are closed, and teachers and students are working harder than ever. And this lockdown cannot create any difference between school and the students. So this is my appeal from all the parents. Let's have a strong bonding as a partner and try to bring a difference in our children's lives. Thank you very much for your time and listening to us patiently. I wish all the children to keep good health, stay home, stay safe,